Hey everybody, it's Ryan with Shin Sengoku. Just finished filming the update video for the entire project, but I wanted to split off the game update into its own video because we've made quite a bit of changes to the game during beta testing based upon beta tester feedback. So I just wanted to go through some of the things that we've been changing, our reasoning behind them, and kind of talk about what you guys can expect to play right after you mint the NFT. So I'm logged in here. And if you watched the previous gameplay video, it's pretty much the same. It's just we've tweaked some of the game mechanics. So the biggest tweak that we've done, or the biggest change, is a lot of people when they were playing the game, they would try to build up an army, and a player that has been able to amass more troops through whatever reasons of just more actively playing and stuff would come in and just wipe them out, clean them out. You know, they'd hire 30 troops and spend 30 ryo on hiring troops, and someone with 200 troops would just come along and completely wipe them out, and they'd have to basically start from scratch again. And so this was kind of causing a little bit of it's kind of discouraging, right, when you get completely wiped out all the time. So we've rolled out a healing system, basically. So in the game, when you are attacked by somebody else and they do, kill a bunch of your troops, we're now capping the max amount of troops that you can lose in battle. And the rest of the troops go into what we're calling the Infirmary. Basically, it's kind of like a medic tent where these troops they're not dead yet, but if you don't revive them, they'll die. So you have 24 hours after you are attacked. These troops that were survived somehow are in the infirmary, and you can come in and you can revive them and heal them for a fraction of the cost of what it costs to hire a brand new Ashigato troop. So I'm just gonna try to do this right now. So it says the cost of this is 0.2 ryo. And you notice that I'm still paying 1 ryo for 4 troops to revive them. And that's because we round up to the nearest whole number. So if you lose 2 troops, even though it's technically supposed to be 0.4, we're rounding it up to 1. So the least amount you can pay is 1. But when you have hundreds of troops and they're dying in battle, this is going to really come in handy to get you back into the game relatively quickly. So I'm just going to go and revive these right now. And I have my 4 troops back, and now I can go and find somebody to attack. And so let's talk about the next change. The next change that we did was we altered the matchmaking algorithm to be a little bit better in terms of anti-bullying and some of the other things. I talked about the anti-bullying mechanics a lot when I talk about the project, and actually we hadn't had those in until now. We got the formulas back from our math people. We plugged them in. And so what's happening now is that the matchmaking formula takes a look at your current level and your army size and tries to match you with people that are the most beneficial for you to attack, rather than just people with the most unclaimed stakes. So we're factoring in fame gain, on the amount of ryo you can steal, and a bunch of other things. And we don't have it locked yet where you can kind of still refresh and re-roll as much as you want, but eventually we're going to put a lock on how many times you can re-roll without paying to re-roll again. And this should help protect some newer players that come into the game later that are trying to build up a character from being just completely wiped out by whales or people that have been playing for a little bit longer. If you're trying to play essentially with this new matchmaking formula, if the game sees that you're trying to play by hiring troops and you're going out attacking and you're claiming, it's going to be very hard for you to show up for people that are a lot higher level than you and with a lot bigger army. So yeah, that's a second change. And so let me attack with this guy right now. Sorry about that. Let me just get a quick attack in so I can show you how this works again. Alrighty. So I, for some reason, got 0 ryo. Oh, you know why? This guy was stronger than me, so I basically wasted an attack. Oh well. That was my mistake. See, I didn't do my math. I didn't have enough troops to take him out because his level was too high. So he didn't lose anything. And he has a nice cooldown now. So you're welcome. You're welcome, whoever that was. Let's talk about the last change to the system. And I'm going to have to hire a bunch of troops here. So this guy's still on cooldown. This guy, okay, so again, I got wiped out again. So I have 0 active troops and I have a bunch of troops in infirmary. So to revive 74 troops, instead of costing 74 ryo, it's going to cost me 15 ryo, which I'll gladly pay. So I'll pay for this one. Revive these guys. And I got 74. And so the next change that we did, I'm going to need to try to find if I have a general that is the low enough level. Okay, so this guy's level 3. The final change for this update was we capped the max army size that you can bring into battle. So it goes up by about 100 every single time. Let me see if I can max this guy out to see. I'm going to spend everything I have right now. Oh, we also made it so you can just type in the amount. And I'm going to try to recruit, everything that I can recruit and see if this pushes me above the level. So I'm at 414 now troops, and I shouldn't be able to bring in the total amount now. We're capping the total army size that you can bring into battle for a couple of reasons. One, like in terms of like pay to win, in terms of play to earn, it's not necessarily a bad thing because if someone comes in and buys a bunch of token, they're not buying it from us, the team. They're buying it from other players who are playing the game. And so these whales that come in, who want to come in and buy a bunch of token, they're providing extra liquidity for players that are actually like investing in the game, which I don't see as a bad thing. But at the same time, if you have a small player that's trying to build up and trying to play the game the right way, we don't want them to be, at a huge disadvantage compared to a whale that comes in. So we set caps based upon the NFT level. The caps are relatively high. It goes up quite quickly. You start at 100 army size, and then it goes up logarithmically. So at level 2, you'll get around 200 something, and then level 3, you'll get 300 something. And so you'll be able to see this. Hopefully, I have 414 troops here. I'm gonna try to attack, and it's gonna factor in that army size. So it's showing me somebody that has a 20 size army, 35 video to unclaim. And you'll see that I can only bring in 331 troops. This is less than the total troops I have available. And this goes for defending too. So if you have someone comes in, tries to buy 10,000 troops, buys 10,000 Ryo tokens off, the secondary market, comes in, buys 10,000 troops, they'll only be able to bring in the amount of troops based upon their level. And this is to try to kind of keep it a little bit more fair for people that are actually trying to play the game. So I'm just going to go ahead and attack here. I should clean him out. And he'll be able to revive those 20 troops for a relatively affordable price, I think. All right, so I got 28 Ryo, 10 fame. And this kind of incentivizes people to level up too, because as you level up, you'll be able to build a stronger and stronger army. So very cool. So those are the updates that we have for everybody. The beta testers are continuing to test and give feedback. But this is pretty close to what we'll have ready for everybody on mint day. And this is, again, just the first part of what we're building. We're building many, many things. This is the PvP staking game, which acts as our primary token distribution method. And to this, we'll be layering on PvE experiences like boss battles, maybe questing trips to try to find items. I mean, that sounds a lot like Remnants, but, we'll figure out a way. We're not doing it exactly like them. But other things were, boss battles and other kind of PvE events, bringing in clan wars eventually and all kinds of things. But to play all of those PvE experiences, you need to get tokens somehow. So the PvP game is our way to distribute the token, and you'll be able to use a lot of the token and the troops that you can hire with these tokens in these other games that we will be building after we mint. So looking forward to everything, man. We're really excited. We're getting close. And thank you guys so much for watching and for being part of this journey. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the server. I'm there quite often, free to answer everything. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all in the next update.